So he comes after you?
You protest again, even more vigorously, by which I mean you chop off his head.
Look, you people, guys like me and the Wolf, we're not lawyers. We don't talk things through. The Wolf once took a shot at me because I complimented his mother in a way he didn't appreciate.
Guys like you get older, you get older, you overcompensate.
I'm still kicking, thanks, Sonny.
You're wearing that wig because of chemotherapy. You are going to die.
Doctor says more like 6 months. And it's none of your business. But I believe in...
Good evening, people. It's 9:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
No aggravated assault, no killing anybody.
You can tell I'm on my cell phone.
Can you get the caller on the line so I can speak with her?
And like I've told you, I got a new toy coming that'll be here Monday. And a YouTuber fan bought me a studio mic. And they wanted me to do certain things. They got like a V8 box to go with it. And it came from up on the other side of Indianapolis, Indiana, which is about 104 miles from me where this place is. So I checked the updates since they needed my phone number and this and that. You know, keep me up on the updates of everything. Well, it went from Indianapolis to Tennessee. Why would it go to Tennessee? I'm over 200 miles away from Tennessee. You know, here's what don't make any sense about FedEx. Whoever does the routing don't know what the blanky doing. Hello, Sam. How you doing this fine Saturday night? And I got... And you notice I'm not on my headphones. I'm on my things where, because I got a new play toy coming. It'll be here sometime Monday. You know, it came from up on the, I guess, east side of Indianapolis. I forget the name of the town. And you figure from Indianapolis, it go to the closest FedEx place, which is in Jeffersonville, Indiana, or Louisville, Kentucky. It went all the way down to... I'm doing pretty good, you know. Got all my cats fed. Gave the outside cats canned food, but midnight, if y'all remember midnight, like I say, I don't know if midnight's a tomcat or a female cat. I can't get close enough to look, not even when it turns around to see if it's a tomcat or what. But I think he might be a tomcat, but he's black and white. You know, I got like Mama Blackie. She's the grandma of most of those babies outside, except her 4 daughters, which is January, Boots, Pretty Girl, and LB. This is Blackie here. You know, I guess she wants to get in YouTube tonight. Be careful, kitty cat. You're pulling you pull the top, pick the thing down, you turn the choke me. And people, if you go to, I guess Walmart, type in studio mics, don't you dare start biting it. Because your kitty cats have cost me money even on 2 mouses. Now I got a wireless mouse because they can't bite the cord. And go to Walmart or even Amazon site, type in studio mic. And this little black box, you call it, is a V8 something box. You plug your computer into it, like these things where you just can, without the speaker, you just put that in, you can only hear them, but you can't talk. Then you got the studio mic with, this and that, then you got the little cover that sits in front of it in case you decide to spit like some people does. And it's pretty nice. It got a bunch of gadgets. It has echo or reverb or whatever you want to call it. I've been watching videos how to hook it up, this and that. You can hook your cell phone up to it or a tablet, stuff like that, where you can, if you want to play music. So, people, it comes Monday, whenever it is, sometime Monday, watch them come while I go to the hospital and let, she's, I guess, probably a year old, or will be a year old. Her mama is Wildcat, I thought she was a wildcat. I thought she was a bobcat. But everybody I've talked to says the tail is too long. But her belly, the markings she got on her belly is like a bobcat. Maybe she's half of a bobcat. Maybe her daddy was a bobcat. I don't know, because we got bobcats around here, but I haven't seen any. I know we got coyotes, we got possums, and saw my little groundhog. He just standing there watching me, and I'm waving at him. The cat was looking at that groundhog while he's walking, but that groundhog kept looking at me. Then it went across my driveway up the hill where a few years ago a tree fell over and the county had to cut it up. And that groundhog dug a hole. So, and one thing living out in the country, people, I haven't seen any skunks. I've smelled them, if the wind's blowing the right way. I smelled skunks, but I haven't seen any. Mostly the roadkill out there on the highway is either possums or raccoons or deer, and a few squirrels. But as far as skunks, I haven't seen any of them killed. There might have been one that I've seen in 5 years that got killed on the highway up here. And, I like living out in the country. People, it's different from living in the city. I say my neighbors is probably 500 feet or so away. I can open my window out, reach my hand out, can't touch a neighbor. between me and my neighbor, there's a fence and a creek. Thanks to the state of Indiana back in the 50s and 60s. I'm not quite sure when they put I-65 in. And because they had to put a creek in to run the water off of I-65. When it rained cats and dogs, man, I got a swimming hole out in my yard. So, I've seen it flooded so bad, my backyard and everything was flooded. I've seen water come out of my septic tank.
Drop the weapon.
Relax, G-Man. He's fine. It's only a beanbag gun.
Drop it now.
I got the guy.
And then I washed my things back there by my metal shed out into the creek. You know, but that's the only thing about it. I love it. It's peace and quiet. You know, you're in the dark. You know, the only thing different, you got a septic tank instead of a sewer. I got a heat pump, but I was kind of worried about a heat pump. I've seen people's bills where a heat pump in the wintertime anywhere from $500 to $2,000 a month. Knock on wood. You know, the electric bill, I guess the first year was $125 to $150 a month in the wintertime. And if you look at those windows up there, if I get it right, it's the double pane windows where you can pull it out, clean it, and pull the top one down, hit the button and pull that out and clean it. It's well insulated. You know, I like this house, you know. I wish it had a garage, you know. I said, well, I'm going to look for a house. It has to have a possible washer, dryer, a stove, an ice box, a bathtub, and a shower, and a possible garage. Well, I was down to my last voucher. You get 3 vouchers when you go through USDA. And I was down to my 3rd one. And people, there's apps that you can download onto your cell phone or your computer. The same thing that real estate owns. Hello there, people. And I saw, you know, I was looking for maybe around New Washington, Hibernia, Nav, you know, somewhere outside the city. What's going on? Hello, Brave.
Thank you.
I've got her personalized name in front of her.
I've heard about that Stream Rise, but you know, right now on here, I'm using Prison Live Studio, I know you still there. Somebody popped in from Twitch. Want me to go to Stream Rise. I have to look that up and see what it is. Man, kitty cats, when I'm laying down, you all get comfortable. See if I can reach over to my pen and paper. If I don't write this crap down, I won't remember it. You know. Well, I gotta write something down.
Nice. Down, boy. I gotta work. Beautiful and responsible.
You were part of 1051.
What do you know about
There's
Anacostia?
going to be a trailer attached to the truck.
From here,
Be on the trailer.
seedy, prostitution, lots of gangs, bad activity.
Do you ever hear of local cops getting run off down there?
Thought you were only working the White House and Capitol
North
Hill.
Indiana.
You can see Anacostia from the top of the Capitol Dome.
Really?
Stream Raise. I never heard of that one. I heard of StreamYard, Prison Studio, what's the other one? OBS and stuff like that. If that costs me money, you won't see me on that. I'm on a fixed income. And I'm 70 plus years old. This computer can't compute, you know. It doesn't know how to do things. You know, I'm not that smart to figure out that, you know, copy, paste, and this, and so on.
Whoa, you're saying Anna does extra work because she's bored at home? No, I'm an exciting guy. For example, I'm making dinner for her tonight.
And I watch a whole lot of YouTube people. I watch the DUI guy, MG Log. Megan Fox, the writer. She's a reporter. And I watch The Expert, which she's on MG Log too. And there's this guy, what is it, England or Australia? He got long hair, and he's a lawyer over in that country. He was on there maybe an hour ago, something like that.
Out of the vehicle, one of them are still in the vehicle. They have no timing of the vehicle.
Giant man-eating clam.
Well, there's no such thing as a man-eating clam.
You know the giant ones, they clamped on your leg like a bear trap.
Hey, the shell's closed too slowly to catch anything with me. The really big ones can't even close all the way.
526.
Hey, beware, if you on there, have you ever heard a Stream Rise? I never heard of it. You know, he's kind of like, you could say like my son. He's old enough to be my son, but he's more computer up there. He got more than 1 gigabyte of memory. You know, he keeps me honest. And any of the people that's on here, or even on Switch, yeah, I watch the Hells. Right now, he's on during the stream. I forget whose channel he's on. Sorry, kitty cats. Let's see. Well, he's on, I guess, MLS, making something, you know.
Sorry, I've been away from forensic anthropology for almost a year. I guess I'm rusty.
But we are glad to have you back, Mr. Bizzari, aren't we, Dr. Brennan?
Jeremy right now is back in Ohio. Let me turn my phone. See, there's Jeremy. He's at the Hell's headquarters in Ohio, George, and this lady here, they still in Otters Creek. And I believe this is the guy that's on there. I forget what his name is, but like I said, people, if it wasn't for YouTube, I couldn't figure nothing out, you know. You know, I've seen people that got those studio mics, and they got those boxes like Megan Fox has. You push it, it lasts, or you know, you had it in Trump voice or Biden's voice or a bird squawking and stuff like that. So I done my research, and where I was at the other day, somebody recognized me. And I guess the couple likes what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't talk just out of my rear end. But I do come up with topics sometimes. You know, people should talk about UFOs or talk about abused women. And you know, stuff like that. Or talk about how screwed up FedEx is. So, I'll be leaving here Monday to go to, like I say, the hospital to give the vampires some blood. I hate those needles. I don't mind the ones where you got diabetes because they're real small needles and they don't really hurt compared to when they take your blood or put an IV in. It hurts like you know what. You know, people, you know, just leaving your comments. You can do it after I get off. And I usually check them 24 to 48 hours. You know. And, you know, I've been listening to my other radio. It's behind my laptop there in case there's wrecks, you know, close by that I know I can get close to it. Well, I can really, because I only went to one accident. You see this right there? That's a tripod. Up there at the top, that's for the cell phone. You know, somebody got that for I was somewhere. They knew I was going to a certain store. They knew I would be there. So they gave it to me. And they said, for your first time doing a car wreck, it's not bad. You know, I've seen some of the comments, people got mad at you only won. Because I was showing the countryside because this old couple, a man and a woman, got out and was walking around. When I got there, there was no police, firemen, EMTs, nothing there. So I went and looked at the other vehicle. I guess they hit that other SUV. That was a young girl, probably in her 20s, because she could be older. And by that time, the police got there, and I hadn't caught out of the corner of my eye, and I turned back over. He was on the ground. People, I want to give you good advice. You know, maybe like I said, I heard one person died out of 6, but I cannot confirm it. I didn't see nothing in the weekly local paper. It comes out on Wednesday. On Twitter, I belong, like the state police sergeants, updates everything. There hasn't been nothing on that. So I don't know. But I've seen a whole lot of car wrecks in 60, since I was a little, old enough to remember. I've seen too many people died of heart attacks. I've seen them burn up. I've seen them burn up in the house. And, people, go to the DUI guy. If you like, he's a lawyer out of Louisville, Kentucky. He got an office on 4th Street in Louisville. MG Law, he usually comes on late at night. He's a lawyer. You got a bunch of lawyer talk show videos. I love watching them. When I go to sleep, I forget what they talk about sometimes, but even the DUI guy is getting on what the hell's talking about the case and going into details, on each hearing. He explains everything that a person like me that's not too smart up here, kind of retarded, slow, I can't comprehend everything. He explained everything that a person with my mental capacity would understand it. That helped me out a lot. Okay. Weeks ago, maybe in February or something, or the first part of March, I was on YouTube, and it was the U.S. Supreme Court. Oh, Down the Rabbit Hole. She's a pretty nice lady too, on YouTube. And those, you only heard the audio. You didn't get to see them. You had Trump lawyer, and you had the Colorado lawyer, and, But those judges there in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Supreme Court made you understand it. For a person that's not smart like me up here. And I appreciate when people try to explain something like that. For not all of us real smart. Some is slow. I'm slow and dumb in some things. Some things I'm real smart in. Other stuff I'm dumb in. Sometimes I sleep on it, and the guy upstairs, he put it in my brain as a dream. And I got watching the video, because like I said, I'm using my iPhone SE Series 3. And I was trying to figure out, like now, since it's like this, that's called the landscape mode. And every time I go live, it was vertical. And I was trying to figure that out. So I watched A1 Media, since I knew he was running live, Prison Live Studio. And he told me what to do, when I turn my phone like this on the flat side. Then you go to the icon of Prison Live. You know, you got your camera facing towards you. Then you might have to hit another button, you know, and then that brings you to the landscape mode. You hit that, then you go back to your camera, then you hit the button to go live, which that's pretty good. But I want to remind you all, Monday, I'm going to play around with my computer, with the studio mic, and the V8 control card, or whatever you call it, box, and make sure I get everything hooked up to YouTube. And, you know, I'm just going to be playing for a few minutes and see what happens, you know. So I'm going to be experimenting sometime Monday between 10 and 5. It depends when that stupid FedEx people gets here. You know, they said between 9 and 2 p.m. Heck, it might be 5, 6, 7, or 8. You never know with FedEx. And, you know, I don't understand. I know there's people on here maybe work for FedEx. It's a person at the FedEx place that, I don't know. I don't blame me either. You know, when they route things, FedEx and UPS. I talked to an UPS guy one time when I lived where I live. He or she might have 5 deliveries in my neighborhood. Well, he or she might stop at my house. Then he leaves there and goes someplace else around. He does that all day, but, you know, to me it's waste of gas, and those up trucks burn diesel. I guess diesel. Wouldn't that be easier, who's ever in the office doing the routing job, that have a map where they can see all this locations is? But the driver has to go by their little handheld computer where they go next. To me, that's waste of fuel mileage. You know, you're in the area, make the delivery. But, you know, but UPS is a whole lot better than FedEx. People, I want to give you a fair warning who might use FedEx for business. You pay for overnight shipping. Well, don't pay that extra money, because they will not do that in 24 hours. It takes anywhere from 2 to 5 days. They're always like that. I had some stuff coming, medical stuff, and it was supposed to be shipped overnight. It was a matter of life or death. Did I get it the next day? No. I got about 3 days later, and I jumped on him. He said delivered by so-and-so day. I said, man, it's supposed to be next day. I said, is this next day? He said, no, sir. I said, it was paid for next day delivery, not 3 blankety blank, you know. They hate me, you know. Every time a FedEx driver, it's always a different FedEx driver. But people, if you're going to ship something next day delivery, go to UPS. they're not a sponsor of mine. I've dealt with UPS and FedEx and paid for overnight shipping. Well, UPS, they get it the next day. But FedEx takes 2 to 3 days. So that's what makes me mad. You know, nothing makes sense, you know. You know, I'm like here, I'm sitting here in bed. If I could see, I only got a half a curtain up there. That way I can sit right here and watch the FedEx or whatever truck pull in the driveway. You know, living on a dead-end road, I live on dead-end roads before. Got all kinds of traffic. But since I lived here over 5 years, the only one that shows up might be like post office, FedEx. You know, them FedEx people, they're real polite. You know, that's what I like about FedEx. They're very polite. Some of the FedEx people, I guess it's about half and half. You know, they're kind of a-holes. But UPS is about the best ones I've dealt with, besides the post office. I got a sweet mail lady. And I got talking to her one day. And I'm going to say, say house number 1 on the west side. Then on the east side is number 1 east side. But 2 different names. But her mom explained everything to her before she retired. And that's nice to have good post office people. Because I've jumped on the post office many a times. I tell them, like, there's 2 number 1. One's west and one's east. I said, I don't know if they use a GPS or what, but the GPS, you type in number 1 West Side Street or Avenue, it'll send you to the east side every time. You know, that's the bad part about Google. I haven't complained to Google. Back when I first moved in here, I was having some heart problems. You know, the stupid ambulance couldn't find my house, or the first responders from the local fire department. You know, I know the map that I got says the county still owns it. But if I called 911 and give them number 1 so address, they ain't gonna find it. You know, it's not on their county map, but my county map has it, so if it tells you anything. People, if you ever call 911, make sure you give directions if you can. And exactly what street to turn on, left or right. It is scary. It is scary, Sam. Well, see, I live close to Scott County, you know, a few miles up the road from me. If I call 911, say right now, it'll go to Scott County, instead of Clark County because I'm close, within 5 miles. I guess the cell tower, I don't know, it's weird. And it is scary. When I bought, look at this house, because of my heart problems, I want to know how far the fire department was from me. They're close. I mean, they're close. Maybe, well, when I get out to the main road and go south, they're about 1,000 feet. They're about 2,000 feet away. And, I'm going to have to, next time, or I'll wait until summertime. I stop in, you all see me there at 31 and 160. Go there and talk to Mark Furnish, since he's I think, assistant fire chief or something like that. And tell him, I said, is there any way that, I don't know if that's on the map you all carry in your fire truck, tell them my address. Which I think I told him that once before a couple of years ago, because the transformer up there on the main road, it blew a couple of fuses. Is there any way you can help me? I tell them what road I live on. I said, I know it's not in your fire department map books, but since I got heart problems, I know how long it'll take the ambulance to get there. 20 minutes. Period. That's how come they always call, when they dispatch it, like Moreau Township Fire Department. Yeah, I'm in Clark County. I pay Clark County taxes. I'm close to the county line, the county line. That's how come I say I'm in Clark County, northern Clark County. I can go to, like, if I want to go to the General Dollar Store, it's about 4 miles away. Okay, if I want to go south of me to that dollar, that's about 5 miles away. That one up in Scott County is closer to me. And, it's weird. I got a question for... I have, because they got it up on their computer stream. Said, well, we're going to switch you over to Clark County. Here's the deal. Their ambulance service is a whole lot closer in Clark County. And I know there's people in Clark County on here. Okay, people, any news media, I want you to help me out and other people out who lives close to a county line road or the county line. Like Clark County, Scott County, Floyd County, Clark County. The other direction, Clark County, Jefferson County. Can you all get an interlocal agreement? I said, interlocal agreement. I think that's one of the calls. That the closest ambulance service can respond. If it get to the point, Clark County, Indiana, and something happens to me or anybody in my family that lives here with me, if something happens, you better be looking out for a lawsuit. Because you neglect protect your people. I know you got other local agreements with the cities and towns and this and that. But why can't you all, if it's in every state, people, I'm talking to you too, because your state got county line, roads in your state. Just think about it, people. If you got heart problems or you have seizures, this and that, would you want to have your ambulance, the closest one, get to you first? I would say yes. Back when I was growing up, usually it's the funeral home or the fire department that had the ambulance, the paramedics, and the EMTs, the fire departments. Then somebody got a smart thing up the rear end. Let's contract that out. We give them so many ambulances a year, part of their pay. I don't know if they do that anymore, because the ambulance is supposed to be orange and white, but New Chapel ambulance here in Clark County sucks. And you heard of New Chapel ambulance service, people. That's the ex-sheriff, Jamie Noe, where he stole all that money. I went over all the things, I think it was last night. I think it was. But I slept since then. That's all I've been doing is catnapping all today. But it could have been like yesterday, I think. And I told you where for public safety, he was at Jamie Noe's house. The state police was there. And they was waiting on this guy, to show up to deliver $2,000 to $4,000 suit, ties, shoes, and stuff like that. They confiscated them. So that means more charges, I hope he gets what's coming to him. But they didn't make his bond high enough. $75,000 full cash bond. They should have made it at least $500,000 or $1 million full cash bond. Because he had it. Him, his wife, and daughter stole thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. If y'all don't believe me, go to Jamie Noe on YouTube. And you see your TV news stations talk about it. But remember, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But Clark County, and maybe like it is in your state, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. So, but, well, I'm going to have a surprise for you all Monday sometime. When Monday? But I know you're a Jamie Noe fan. You probably crooked like he is. Stealing all that money from the fire department, and which one of your ex-boyfriends used to work to before you got married. I know you know Jamie knows daughter, but she's a thief. You know, look everything she was charged with. Tax evasion, that's all felonies. You know, over $108,000 and tax evasion. You know, just wait. The FBI's not. The FBI's getting involved in it. You know, they still can be charged under the FBI. That means more time. I've talked to people that their kids stole money from them. You know, say the mom wrote you a check out and she was in jail. You cast a check, but you had a computer and a printer and you print out a check. And they had the route number, the account number, and all that. And it was cash. You know, there was a police investigation from what I was told. I don't, it's news. And like yesterday, since you've been talking to your other sweetheart, well, his girlfriend, your half-brother's girlfriend supposedly left, and the little boy ran away from home, took Mary's kitty cat, ran away from home, supposed to be back with his mother. I didn't say you did. I said this lady's kids did. I didn't say boy or girl. I said kids. Well, you have took a few checks. You have took a few checks. You had to cash them. You know. So you told a little what? Well, Dean's your sweetheart. I'm talking back before you even married Dean. I think when you lived over in Clarksville, I think he was from Ohio, I believe. I can't remember that skinny guy. And I believe, if I remember right, he two-timed you. Do I remember? Plus, he used to abuse you, if I remember right. I had a little talk. That's when you all live in, I guess, old Clarksville. You know, back there, better. You know, that's before you even married Dean, or before you even dated him. And I threatened him. I told him. Oh, whatever he was. I didn't think you was married to him. I thought he was your boyfriend. And I told him, if you lay a hand on my daughter one more time, that's one thing, people, you don't know. Parents can feel. My kids got a special gift, which they don't want to admit. If you yell at them or hit them, I'm going to know about it because I can feel it. You know, it's something special that all of my kids has. You know, just like my grandkids and my other kids, their mother talked to them. They're in heaven. You know, their mother's in heaven and two of my daughters is in heaven. But they always knew their mother would talk to them. We all got special gifts. sometimes you maybe don't understand it. You all remember the TV show The Ghost Whisperer. There's people like it out there that talks to ghosts. You might think, oh, they're crazy. Well, I've talked to my kitty cats. Sometimes they do talk back to you like you're human. But you got to pay close attention and listen. When I was living with my mom, we had Blue Boy, Lucky, I guess another cat named Tiny. Blue Boy would always let you know when he wants out. He'd sit down in front of Mom. He'd say, out, out. And my mom would say, did you hear that? Say what? That he wanted outside? I said, yeah. She said, I thought I was hearing things. I said, Mom, you pay close attention to our animals. They love you. They talking to you. You know, they were very smart kitty cats. And anytime Blue Boy or Lucky, you know, they would talk to Mom. You people, your animals do talk to you. See, you inherit some of my stuff. One time when I was living at Mom's house, daughter, you're not going to believe it. I guess I quit breathing in my sleep. You know, I stopped. That's the only explanation I come up with. You know about Patty and Callie's mom. You know she was a deaf mute. Well, I'm in bed. She appeared in front of me. Her hair was coal black. She had golden hair. She was talking. And she was hearing everything, you know, it surprised me. Said, Tom, it's not time for you to die. God has something planned for you. Start putting your faith into God. Start preaching about God. Help people out. Be honest. So when it's time for you to die, God gave me permission to come and get you. You know, they said, I know your dad, your grandma, and other families up here, but God is going to send me to get you when it's time, where you won't be scared. And I woke up. I know I have stopped breathing. Because I tell you about Blue Boy. And animals will do that. They try somehow to wake you up. You all remember in Batman or that cat lady, you know, I guess she was a reporter or something, and they turned on that green stuff and got flushed down. That special cat and all the other cats start biting on her, you know, on her hands, her neck, all over, brought her back to life. And she jumped around like a cat. Okay. What happened, I believe, my heart stopped. I believe that to be the truth. I could be wrong. But Blue Boy bit me on one of my fingers. When it did, it felt like a shark wave going up my arm to my heart, like to start my heart. You know, that's a funny feeling. You know, that could have been possible. You know, I haven't told too many people that story. I want to tell you all about Lucky, how Lucky got her name. She was a calico cat. My mom loved cats too. We had a few dogs growing up, but we had cats later. And I found this cat at McDonald's in Charlestown. I walked past. I thought I heard a kitty cat. I got me something to eat. I walk out. I said, "Kitty, kitty, kitty," and it meowed. Took the lid off the garbage can. There was this sweet baby calico cat. Oh, I picked that up. It started rubbing on you like, "Thank you so much for saving my life." You know, I wish I saw who put it in there, because you all know what I would do. I've probably been in jail, but the person wouldn't put the cat in the garbage can anymore like that. That is inhumane. So, took her home, went in the house, sit there, and that cat jumped over on Mom's lap, said, "You know we can't keep it." Yes. I told her the story, and Mom said, "What we going to name you? You're just so lucky." When Mom said lucky, she went, "Meow." I said, "Lucky? You want to be called Lucky?" Meow. And that's how that cat got named Lucky. You know. Like here. See that? That's Blackie. This, I think that's her mother. Yeah, this is her mother. Wildcat. That's her mother. You know, look at the marks on her, you know. She kind of looks like a wildcat. And that fits her to the T. She don't want it. If I try to pet her, she'd take her paw and hit me. If I don't stop, then she comes out with her toenails like razor knives. So the only time I can really pet her or something when she's looking for a husband. Then she's real lovable. But any other time, say, "Leave me alone." But, you know, like I said, Blackie likes to live right here. And that's a female cat. I got a black tomcat outside. I call him Panther. You know, I love cats, people. When you live out in the country, you got to have cats. You got field mice. You got those little blind animals, the moles. You know, the moles will tear your yard up, but the mice will get into your house. For the winter time, knock on wood, I didn't see any mice in the house. Either that or they killed them. So, but the best mouse catcher I had in the house, it was Patty. She passed away last year. She was in here with all the other, she would catch the mice. She was a mouse catcher. Those tomcats out in the living room and kitchen, will John Wayne catch it, or a tiger, or a rooster? Probably not. But Timothy McGee, the newest cat, I say he would. He's a pretty smart cat, but You gotta watch out for him. You go into the kitchen, he gets right underneath your feet. You can keep kicking him and kicking him, he still do it. You go to the bathroom, you sit on the toilet. You better have your britches up there. If you don't, he'll jump up there on your bare skin. You have a few scratches. But if you all look at my leg, you will see, I don't know if dogs kill mice or not. I've never seen a dog do it. Cats, yes. Dogs, no. But that's okay. That'd be nice if I get that new play toy tomorrow, but it says Monday. I don't think FedEx works on Saturdays. Probably not. But as I told you, they probably come. Well, I'll go to the hospital Monday to have the vampires get me. And I also have to go to the doctor, I think Friday, over in New Albany, that got, well, it was kind of doctor that looks in your throat. That's right. See, I told you I'm getting old. I thought tomorrow was Saturday. It's Sunday. I know they ain't going to deliver on Sundays. See, I told you people I'm losing my mind. As my daughter would say, said, Dad, you lost it a long time ago. That's true. You know, people, you can check with your doctor if you think I'm not telling you the truth. I got what they call inherent Alzheimer's. I didn't know you came in. That's true. I've been old for a while. You're getting up there. You're in your 40s. You're getting old. So you're getting old too. Ha ha. How you like those?
She supported her weight with her left hand, so she left a full palm print on the plastic. How do you get a 6-month-old palm print off a piece of plastic that's encased in concrete?
See, if I inherit early Alzheimer's, my kids will probably inherit, because I know my kids got diabetes, high blood pressure. Their mother got high blood pressure and diabetes. You know, it's inherent. Now, people, you see why I talk about my medical history, because I got other children out there that I don't know who they are. I did see a guy. He looked just like my son, but older. Could I have been his dad? Possible. I was a mean little brat, back in my... You're not young, you're 40 years old. Let's see. 44 years old if I'm right. Or is it 54? I guarantee you, I could bring that picture up. I'll show you what young look like, where you with your grandpa and your grandma at church. You had that little blue outfit on. I guess, I don't know, the dress was blue on the bottom. I guess it was white on top. But since I'm watching the YouTube group on my computer,
dense onto nil.
You be 44
Since the gold has bonded with the
in 2 months.
there's more metal in the print than the rest of the sample.
Hey, people, I'm going to tell you a story. Say, 44 years ago, I don't know, she'd get on me.
That is not the maintenance guy from the park.
You know, one of my good ex-wives, she's still good, and she's probably back there laughing and rolling on the floor. And a state police post used to be, yep, that's right, Sam, one of them. I got a bunch of daughters. And she got 2 kids, 27 and 25, so that really makes me old. That really... Hey, Sam, as she think, I'm just a donator. I donate my you-know-what, but, she was a good girl. That's one thing I got to say about Gina. She was a good girl compared to some others. Some of them's a-holes. No, I tried to get her to come, Sam. Since there's no dirt racing up there at Scottsburg this year, unless they do it during the 4-H fair. The only time I see my daughter, I either stop by her house or I go to the Sports Zone Speedway. That's the only time. And she tuned me out, said, Dad, if you get a girlfriend, make sure she's older than me. Said, I don't want a stepmom that's 20 years, 21, 22 years old. Who said I was going to get married? You can live with him, but you don't have to get married, but, But she did have a stepmom that was younger than her. And she didn't know how to drive a vehicle. She wrecked 2 cars, wrecked my dad's 88 Buick. She wrecked my red Monte Carlo, all within a week. I got some of my kids and grandkids, they call me or text me because they don't want their grandma or mom. No, they keep in touch with me. Oh, they got friends that knows me and it talks to me. So it's your daughter or your kids wants to know how you doing, this and that. And I say they're probably, somewhere close by, right now. Well, she's your baby sister, too. Well, let's see. Alex is, I got to figure, man, I ain't got a calculator. My computer won't comprehend it. She was born in April of 93, so I guess it put her... Oh, you must be talking about...
Yeah, we're gonna
okay.
do the square, around the square. Then back out on the 56.
I thought she was about 25, 26 years old. You know, I got pictures of Alex and all the kids that people gives me. Without Grandma and them knowing about it, they probably know about that because somebody snitched to them.
Been avoiding this for weeks. Well, I couldn't sleep. And I got up at the crack of dawn. Do you always have this pronounced release of gas in the morning? Is it that bad?
But
Synovial gas, that's what the crack. Synovial gas, what's that mean? Well, there comes a point when your body can't hide all the abuse it's taken. What do you mean, certain point? Wounds, you've been shot and beaten and jumped out of airplanes. The skeletal damage alone. Oh, God, I'm falling apart. You're fine. It's your skeleton that's falling apart.
But people, no matter if your stepmom or your stepdad, if they were a few years older than you all, or younger than you all, or whatever, just be happy for them. If your mom and dad, that'll make me kind of mad. You both are still in school.
You should be at work, Miss Wick. It is a very important day. Can you sign this? Are you serious?
I can hear you, though.
Just sign and get back there.
Dr. Brennan, how about this morning?
She disagrees with me, you know, but she is a good girl. She'll probably tell you, but my dad and her grandpa, they done some sneaky things. She'd tell you about it. She would get sick, I'd be working. They'll call my dad up. And Dad would take her out probably to eat somewhere or stuff like that. My dad spoiled her. No. That's what grandparents supposed to do with their kids, spoil them. I wish I had my play toy, but I have to wait until Monday.
Yeah, well, this might help. It's a copy of the outgoing manifest. And
But
it lists all the slaves they were transporting to New Orleans. There's age and race and degree of color. This is really detailed in a totally horrible, disgusting, sucky.
you know, like my dad, my dad would spoil my kids. I couldn't compete with my dad. That was his grandkids. You know, my daughter had a sister. My dad even spoiled her too.
Got it. Paula Dora Nelson.
Symphyseal rim well defined. Partial ectoplasm.
If that's probably true what she said.
Okay, there's only one woman that's small.
Right here's the main light in town that video.
You know, I believe I got on that crazy woman too. Hey, you remember when we lived up in the government housing?
He got out of his truck and he's looking.
We had this kitty cat, I guess, showed up. Then we had a white doggy, I think it was a cockapoo. I can't remember the kitty cat's name. And every time Gina would go take a bath, she had to shut the door before the cat would come in there. That cat would jump in the bathtub with her. You know, she always did shut the door, but if you didn't shut it before that cat came in there, you're going to have somebody in the bathtub with you. I had cats that do that. But, you know, what? You don't see? Come on, get off of my microphone. Cop picking cats. You tear that up, I'm going to take some money off of your rear end.
Given the condition of his cartilage, this man died less than a month ago.
Hi, Margaret.
This is murder.
Hi, Alex. See, this is Margaret. See, you see the little spot. This is Alex. That's her firstborn. See, come on, turn around, Alex. I know you're getting jealous. You know, Alex got more of a white spot in here, a yellow spot. And Margaret just got a little spot. So, like I say, people, sometime Monday, when I get my new play toy, I'm going to be playing on YouTube. See if I got everything hooked up. What? What, Alex? Yeah, you're a good girl. You're not good like your mama. See, your mama trying to teach you to be good to your own baby. Because I know you just had when you was born, and you had one. But you got some sisters to play with now. You're never too old to play.
I gotta wrap this commercial. I think I'm late on my payment.
It's okay. The General gives you a break when you need it.
Oh.
Due date, so you can pay your car insurance when it's best for you.
See, there's Socks. He's the number one tomcat. Oh, you're jealous? There's Alexi. And there's Nancy. Hi, baby. This is Alex's baby. This is Wildcat's baby. But he's the number one tomcat. His daddy passed away, I think it was last year. Well, you got water. I might give you some food. Here, let me pet you. See, look at this. This is Alex. And that's Margaret, the mama. Come on, look up here. Yeah, take care of your baby. Teach her how to be a good mama. Yeah, I love kitty cats. Say hi, Margaret. Say hi, people on YouTube.
Superstar athletes Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie. I did notice that before. The energy level had dropped dramatically. Just basically slowing down.
Oh. So, I guess, what do you want? What? Okay. Okay. I'll go out and get you a small cup of food. That'll hold you over until the morning. Okay? You promise me, Alex, that you take care of your baby and not hiss at her anymore? See? What did I just tell you? That's Blackie. She just walked past you and you decided to swat her. She's not like her mama. But Socks' mother.
When you have MS, like me, and me, progress is
Reducing relapses.
Okay, take it easy, Gina.
an infusion treatment.
Have fun.
A prescription
adults with relapse.
Did they have some practice race today at the Sports Drome?
Relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression and reducing brain lesions
I
in
think
RMS.
32 was dealing with a gentleman earlier, but
Hi, Lexi. I know you come to get your love. See, they're all trying to talk me in to go out there and get a cup of food and put in the pan. So, like, I'm gonna see if I can find me like a card table or something that sits about as high as my bed. That way I can put my computer on there, my new microphone. It might be better if I could push my bed over towards the wall more. That way I can sit around, you all look at the back of the wall. I might think of that. So, everybody, don't forget today's Saturday, which I thought was Friday. It shows you I'm getting old. I should have looked up at the calendar. I knew it was Saturday. But for some reason, it's 11:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my clock. I could be a minute off. Yeah. You want to say, look at that. You see yourself on the TV screen? Yeah, look, Lexi. Margaret, you see what Alex did to Blackie? Smacked her. You're going to have a talk with your daughter there, Margaret. Hey, Socks, you're going to have to talk about your princess. Since you're the king of the cats in here. Your mama wouldn't let that happen if she was still alive. Like I say, Socks' mama was a full-blooded Siamese cat. She was real lovable. And I'm going to show you that. I've showed you all this many times. See this blue blanket? That's Socks' baby blanket. He was born underneath this blanket. Because Mama Tina, every time she had her baby, she would jump up on the bed, tap me on my elbow, raise my arm up. She even slept underneath her to keep warm. What? Okay. Says Powerball ticket. Let's see what it says. Wait. Man, can you see if I won the Powerball or the Mega Million, how many people would come out of the woodwork? If you didn't want me before I had money, and now if I had money, you want me? Nope. Because then I knew you only after me for my money. Nope. I don't care how good looking you are. So.
Here's my partner, Dr. Brennan. How can I help you? Mind if we come in? Actually, in the middle of something right now. It's about your husband. We believe we found his...
I would buy some property somewhere.
Ask him yourself. Mike?
Maybe 50 acres. and build me a rehab. Take in all kinds of kitty cats and dogs, like a no-kill shelter.
Yeah, I get it. The guy that got killed is the same guy stole my ID.
Okay, you have sweet dreams. God is going to be watching over you tonight. Make sure you make it through the night, because God has something planned for you too, Samantha. Don't know what, but He has something planned for all of us. So good night, everybody. Good night, Sam. I'll catch you all later. I love you all. God loves you. Don't forget that. Good night.